One of my absolute favorite things to do is run around, fish aggressive, run and gun on the ice. If you can do it on a new body of water and piece something together, makes it 10 times better.
Yeah.
No, it just popped off. Well, boys, welcome back. New day. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Happy 2024. We're finally here. Today we are looking for our first fish of the new year. We're starting at the bright, early hour of 3:30 in the afternoon right now. Mitchell's behind the camera. We drove a few hours midday today. We have made it to our destination. And to our surprise, found very good ice out here. So, the plan is, we got two Eskimos absolutely loaded down with stuff. We're going to drive out on this beautiful lake, set up, spend the overnight out there, and then probably run around in the morning. The hope is to hopefully get out there on a spot where there's a few walleyes tonight, have a decent little night bite, catch some fish in the morning, catch a few fish overnight as well. So that's kind of the plan. We got a lot to do in a short amount of time, Mitchell, because I still want to catch the sundown bite. So let's take off, load everything up, run out there, get the shack set up, and hopefully jig our first walleyes of the new year. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's early in the morning. We don't really know where this video is going to start, where it's going to end, but I got out here last night, caught a few walleyes right before dark. Wanted to try the night bite, so maybe just slept out here. Obviously, here's the remnants of that. Caught 0 fish, so apparently there's no night bite on this lake. Now, not really sure what the day's gonna hold, but I am confident that if we run and gun, we can catch some fish jigging. So I've never actually fished this lake through the ice. This is all kind of trial and error. We opted out of the hotel room, opted for staying on the ice, caught approximately 0 fish. We got to tear all this stuff down, pack it away, and then we're gonna hopefully just kind of run and gun, spot to spot to spot, try to find some fish with the jig rods, and make it happen that way. It's kind of the realistic part of ice fishing. We dropped the ball overnight, and now we got to make it happen during the daytime. Right there, fish on. First one of the morning to get things rocking and rolling here. And we just got out of the shack, packed it up, Mitch loaded it on the trailer, and just kind of bouncing around where we had the shack. Oh yeah, nice walleye there, Mitchell. There we go. Well, not big yet, but you know, we're gonna work our way up, hopefully, is kind of the plan. There we go. New lake walleye, baby, 15-incher. We're marking a decent amount of fish, so with any luck, I mean, it could potentially happen today. Anytime you're fishing a new lake, you got to take any win. Can be a big win, or can kind of help point you in the right direction. There we go, 15-incher, number 1 on the ice. I think we're going to do a ton of moving around today. We're really going to run and gun, check a lot of structure, kind of take you guys along for the ride. Didn't really know how we were going to play this video, but I think the angle is, Mitchell, how to ice fish a new lake for walleyes. What do you think? I like it. You like that idea? I love it. Well, stay tuned. Mitchell's got to, in between this fish and the next fish, Mitchell's probably going to do what most animals do in the woods. And we'll see you guys on the next fish catch, probably. Got him right there. Feeling all right. Feeling about like the last one, you know, that 15, 16-ish size, I would say. Good news is we are, in fact, catching some fish. Oh yeah, look at him. There we go. Well, it appears we're on similar sized fish here so far. A lot of the marks kind of look about the same size. Oh, let's get him popped off there. We'll give him a quick bath so you guys can see him here. Bunch of these 15, 16ers, it looks like, on the graph so far. Good eaters. I mean, a good start, honestly, on a new lake. Whenever you get to one of these systems and you're just trying to put something together, catching a fish or two is a lot of times a big win. Mitchell's somewhere deep in the bushes right now. doing something over there. But we're just kind of running around right now. It seems like 18 to 24 feet of water. And is that going to be a theme today? I don't know. We'll find out. But certainly right off the bat this morning, there is some fish here. For those of you that were wondering, we are only, this is right where we were sitting all night. So it's not like, I don't think we were around fish. I think some of those lakes, there's some lakes you fish where it's like, all of a sudden 4:30, 5 o'clock rolls around, it's like, zoom, bite is over, you know, and that could be one of those, I don't know. Guessing small walleye or perch. First it didn't look very big on the graph, but it feels not like super tiny. What do we got? 14-inch walleye, Mitchell. We are getting a few fish. Still putting it together, running around. Not big yet though. If we can piece together like a limit of fish and then like a couple 20-plusers, I think that would be like ultimate victory. But cute little guys so far. This is the smallest one so far. A couple of those 15, 16s, and here's a 14er. But hey, we are in fact around fish. Just running a whole bunch of these little sweet spots on points and things like that. Alright guys, well it's kind of that midday period. You know, we're catching a few fish obviously. Not gonna knock your socks off, but I've never been here before, so you know, when we're running around going kind of spot to spot here, this lake just has a million little pieces of structure everywhere you're gonna be looking, trying to go. And basically what we're doing, we kind of noticed that right away in the morning or like in the evening, I can catch fish. There's like fish on top of this kind of stuff right here, where it might be in this green. This green is all that 10 to 15 foot zone. And I was catching fish there. We've hit some other of those 10 to 15 foot stuff, haven't seen fish there. And it's like they're kind of sliding off in the middle of the day to kind of some of this extension stuff. So really, if you kind of take a look at a giant map like this, a lot of times you could pick spots. Now we haven't been to this yet, but you can see this tops out at like 18 feet here, where there's probably gonna be fish in the middle of the day is like at the tail end of this long extension before it drops out to 35, 40 feet of water in here, right? And that's kind of where we're looking in the middle of the day. So it makes it real easy to say like, all right, we just caught a couple fish on this one over here. If you kind of zoom in over here, you see the tail end of this extension right here. You see on top it's 22, kind of tails out to 28, 29 out here, and then it's in the deep water. Where in the morning, evening, those fish probably be on top. They're definitely kind of like here in the middle of the day. So it makes it quick to get on your map, you know, say waypoint there. All right, zoom out. Where's the next one? Okay, there's another one of these tails right over here. Let's go run around and hit this one right here. Drop a waypoint on that one. So we really don't have to drill out these whole spots right now. All we're doing is kind of getting onto these sweet spot little tails in the middle of the day, drilling 4, 5, 6 holes right around there, fish them real fast. If we don't see fish in 10 minutes, we'll move out and kind of go on to the next one, next one, next one. And it seems like kind of every other one we hit has some fish on it. And we're kind of targeting, now obviously every lake's different. Your lake might be 10 to 12 feet. This one seems like that 25, 26, 27, 28 feet of water is kind of where we're seeing fish in the middle of the day. Where just last night in that small bit of time we had to fish, I was catching fish in 15, 18 feet of water. Same with this morning. So that kind of seems to be the pattern. The bottom is definitely, we're looking for a rocky kind of thing. And maybe we'll dump the aqua view on the next spot and kind of show you guys what we're looking at on the bottom. And that's a lot of times how you could take a big lake like this and really cut it down. So you don't just, you're not looking at a point that's, you know, 500 yards long and saying, where do we start? You're looking for a lot of these sweet spot tails, little inside turns, little sweet spots out towards the tip of those things where they drop off, where we don't have to pull up here and try to dissect 500 yards of water. We're just pulling up on these spots and picking apart smaller areas on a bigger spot.
On a new body of water, when you're trying to break it down, how much time are you going to spend at each spot?
Spend on each spot, like before you move?
Yep.
Kind of depends, like what kind of, like if we're fishing a lot of these sweet spots where I'm drilling like 5 to 10 holes on a little area, I'll basically give it 5 minutes courtesy for the spot to like quiet down again, so you're not drilling holes or machines not driving over it. And then if you work through those holes, spend like 2 or 3 minutes at each hole, and you don't mark anything, basically straight up onwards. In the situation we're in right now, we caught some fish here. We're marking a whole bunch really fast. Now I'm not seeing any anymore. Over the course of probably the last 45 minutes to an hour, now we're just going to move again to the next spot. I always lean on the side of move, because even if, let's say, you know there's fish here and you leave them, you can always come back to them, or come back to them at a prime time. So, and if you think of it like a boat, right? If you drive over a big point, in my mind, and you drive over it and you don't see any fish, do you turn around and drive back over the point 4 more times to confirm there's still no fish, or you just move on, right? So it's kind of the same thing. If you just don't see fish, it's generally time to move on. Looking. Got him. Right there. This one was way up high. May not be a walleye. We'll see. Could be the other kind of fish that roams out here in this basin. Come on, buddy. Where you at? Bitch, it is. That's the kind of what I thought it was going to be, Mitchell. We got the old Tullibee whitefish, whatever the heck you want to call it. Someone's going to say that's a Tullibee, not a whitefish, or that's the Minnesota whatever. But this is what the big fishes in these lakes eat. And you know what? They smell terrible. They're just a big greasy chunk of meat for muskies, pike, and giant walleyes. Let's let them go. We're catching the bait fish now, Mitchell. Get back down there. Someone's gonna comment, they're not bad smoked. It ain't all that, Mitchell. I've had them before. They're not even that good smoked, to be honest with you. Right there, Mitchell. We're hooked up. Tell you what, we are grinding for them. We're marking about 1 million more than we're actually catching. Sitting out here just shy of 30 feet. This one's feeling a little better. I don't know how many of these are gonna make the video, but we caught a bunch of like 10 inchers. Where you at, bud? Oh yeah, he's a little better fish, huh, Mitchell?
Yeah.
Get that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice keeper size walleye if you're gonna keep one right there. Probably 17er. Nothing crazy. But I feel like we're kind of piecing it together just by running around and surveying 1 million little different spots. Pretty much they've all came on that little tungsten Castmaster right there. It's a nice little walleye. Good keeper anywhere you're gonna go. This is a win for me today so far. I'll tell you what, coming to a body of water you have zero familiarity with and piecing together a nice pattern of jigging fish, I'll take that any day of the week. Well, it's rewarding. You know, there's other places we could have gone where we for sure would have hammered 1 million fish. But coming out to a new body of water, piecing something together and making it happen, especially if I can just sit here with one jig rod and jig fish all day. Obviously we'll catch them any way they come, set lines, dead sticks, but if I can just run around with one jig rod all day, my absolute favorite way to fish. Run and gun, hole hopping, you're here, you're there, you're surveying a ton of water, nothing here, nothing there, get to a spot like this, pop a couple fish. So it makes it fun, and I love running around outside and doing it all off the back of a snowmobile. Favorite way to fish. All right, guys. When you're fishing out here deep, we're running a lot of this mid-20s stuff. One spoon that's been super good for me in this depth zone is this tungsten Castmaster. Same Castmaster body, we've been fishing for years, but in the tungsten size, it's an 1/8 ounce spoon body, but it weighs a full 1/4 ounce. So it shoots down to those fish super fast, and the main thing is, if you're outside running around hole hopping, it keeps that line really tight in the wind because it weighs a lot more, right? So I can get down to these fish nice and quick and still get a lot of that hard pounding action. What normally happens when you get out to some deeper water and you start doing a lot of this with smaller spoons, they're so light it feels like you're just jigging air, right? So you don't have a lot of good contact with that bait. So going to these tungsten sizes has been awesome for a lot of this deep water fishing, especially if you're going to run around and hole hop. And we've kind of been throwing a few different colors today. One of those has been this one, just this real natural color. Normally I'll just put a minnow tail or something like that on there. Then you can just add an additional willow blade or something like that too, in case the minnow head falls off. It gives you a little extra flash and stuff like that on there. But those tungsten spoons have been awesome for running around a lot of this deep water stuff. It's pretty much what we caught all the fish on today anyways. And overall just had a lot of luck on that one in deeper water, Mitchell. Got him. That feels good. I don't even know if Mitchell got the hook set on, but holy cow, did that one, when he decided to bite, he really committed. Feeling all right, feeling all right. Feeling like we probably got another nice 17er, I'd say. Come on, bud, where are you at? Oh yeah, nice walleye. Nice walleye, there we go. Dude, when he bit, he absolutely charged. I don't even know if Mitchell got that part on camera, did you?
I didn't.
Whatever.
Way too fast.
We'll roll with it. Another nice fish, man. And we're piecing it together. That's for sure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nothing big, but like we said, we wanted to come out to a new body of water and try to break it down. It's always a struggle. It's always kind of, you know, challenging to do this, obviously, right? It's not like we got a million waypoints from the summer out here. The only time I've ever fished here before was about 15 miles that way on the other end of this lake, or in 2 feet of water when the fish were spawning. So we're running around some of this deep cover today, just catching a whole bunch of these nice eater-sized fish. And once we kind of dialed in on these little, I would say, secondary spots off the primary spots, you know, you take a really big piece of structure like this and you find those little bit deeper knobs before it drops out to basin. Once we got on that pattern, we've definitely been on more fish than we have in other spots. Where morning and evening, you know, you're up on top 15 feet of water probably catching a fish there. It's this whole middle of the day thing, and like, where do the fish go? That kind of took us a little while to figure out. My guess is you can plop down on any of these little points and catch fish at the prime time hour. Where are they in the middle of the day? That was kind of the egg we had to crack, I'd say, Mitchell. Oh, we literally just got to our evening spot, set out the first tip up. Figure might as well keep a couple set lines in play. And as I was setting it, I told Mitchell, I was like, yeah, one's right there already. Sure enough, flag pops off. So we'll see here if we got something legit on. Got him right there. Well, we're gonna get one on a tip up here. We got the wind right at my back, blowing right at me, and we got a little walleye on one. Well, not big, but I mean, that literally took 1 second of setting the set line out on a minnow much bigger than I thought it would have been to catch this fish. But you know, fishing all day and you know, that 26, 27 feet, just slid up in here into 22, 16, 18 feet of water. And we're hoping kind of the big school of fish actually shows up here. It's not quite the size we're after there, but the old beaver dams can be highly beneficial for catching a few extra fish. And if nothing else, Mitchell, it's a good sign that we just pulled up to the evening spot and there's already fish here. So stay tuned. We hope we catch some good ones. Alright guys, we are back in the truck. Day 1 of ice fishing, brand new lake this winter. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed this video. The evening bite we thought we were going to get into just wasn't that good. Basically we had front after front after front coming in all day long. And right at dark we just had a really big, like, super windy snow coming down. It was like fish just completely vanished. So that kind of dropped the ball on us there. But obviously caught some decent fish today. Fun day on the ice, breaking down new lake, running around, hitting a ton of spots, drilling a ton of holes, here to here to here, and we got some decent walleyes in the mix. So did we learn everything about this lake today? Not even close. But did we learn enough to come out here and probably have a repeatable pattern to catch decent fish jigging? Absolutely. So hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed this one. You guys always ask for new lake videos on the ice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. We're off to somewhere else tonight to film somewhere else tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys next time.